Hi and welcome to Compliments International's online web tutorials. Right now I'd really like to speak with you for just a moment about the truth about your online reputation and managing it. Here's another dirty little secret about your brand and how you manage your online reputation. You have to remember there's no difference between what's being said online and in the real world. In fact, let's call it a moratorium on the separation of the two because that no longer exists. If someone tells you about your brand, your product, or your service, what's your first action at that point in time? You go online, you do a quick search, probably go to Google, Yahoo, Bing, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, and you simply put in the company's name or the individual in order to make that judgment call. You don't run down to a retail store to look for yourself. You don't call up an office and ask for more information. Can you please mail me a brochure? The days of that are gone. You look to see what's being said about that brand by them, by their competitors, by their peers, whether that brand or whether that feedback is positive, negative, or neutral, or non-existent. That is your first impression and your first brand interaction. So it's very important that most people have their first brand interaction and it's a positive one. And that brand interaction you have to realize is occurring in a search box. But that's going to change in the upcoming months and years as most people's first brand interaction is going to happen in the palm of their hand. And then maybe their second interaction will happen online. And so it goes. The world continues to blur. There's no online and real world, and there's no longer a mobile and the internet. It is all simply this: one unified brand reputation that is not divided by a technology, a platform, a channel, a network, mobile, or the internet. How messy is it already? Most brands keep the two separated and try to. That was made abundantly clear when I was asked to look at an article. And I started Googling and pulling up information, and actually this was a gentleman who was presenting here in Dallas, and I was asked if I would be so kind as to publicize and help promote. And the more that I looked, I can find anything, and in 2 seconds it was really unfortunately, it came with a personal endorsement. It came as a referral from a very close client and colleague and contact of mine. And the more that I spent time looking, and it only took but 2 seconds, the more that I knew that that wasn't something that I wanted to be, didn't want to help promote that. That referral was no longer good to me. So some people say you can spread the word online on Facebook or Yelp or Twitter in cyberspace. And people can say whatever they want about your products. But what I really care about is, what are you saying? How are you participating? Are you paying attention to what people are saying about you and your brand? Are you contributing? Are you answering their questions, or are you letting their questions go obscure because you don't pay attention that they're there? It's very important that you participate, that you know when people are talking about you, when they're not talking about you. And if you're someone who just says, you know what, I'm not going to participate, I'm going to be invisible, I don't want to be found, just because you're not online does not mean you are invisible. It just means you're allowing people to take control over your brand without you. If I go and I look for a particular company or an individual, whether it's a financial planner or a real estate agent, or a massage therapist or a doctor, if I can't find information that makes me have an immediate relationship, deem that they're worthy of my attention, that they're worthy of me being a client, that they're an expert in their field, that they're someone I can trust, that they're open, that I can ask questions to, I can contact easily, that answers contacts. If they don't have this relationship, it's going to be someone I'm not going to do business with. And you're going to find that as the world changes, it's very important that we participate. And we participate in the community. Allow people to ask questions. Allow people to share ideas. Report problems. Give praise. So let's do everyone a favor. Brands, consumers, marketers alike. Drop the online part from an online reputation management. Please remember there is no difference.